and I was trying to talk to our technical people to see if we can work it out, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to live stream the meeting tonight, but it will be posted on YouTube.
Right, we can record it and post it on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it is 7:29, so, it just turned to 7:30. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to officially call this meeting of the Mayor and Council to order. I'd ask everyone to please rise. As we think about tonight, the tension that is going on in the Middle East, as well as we're thinking about the victims of the recent shooting in Fairfield, New Jersey. So please keep them and the Middle East in your thoughts and prayers tonight. Please salute the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and
to
to
the
the
republic for which it
which
stands,
stands
one
nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the record in the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. Being this meeting is being held remote, I need to remind everyone of the following. All participants are muted during the meeting. Anyone wishing to make a comment or ask questions can do so at such time as the meeting is open to the public for comment and during hearings on any ordinance by hitting the button to raise your hand or by typing a message in the chat box. You'll need to state your name and address for the record. Members of the public may also submit written comments for any future remote meetings by either email to cdemiris@newmilfordborough.com or a written letter to the Borough Clerk. Written comments must be received by 4 p.m. on the day of the remote meeting in order to be read into the record during the meeting. Members of the public commenting during a remote meeting shall not act in any manner to disrupt the meeting. If anyone becomes disruptive during the meeting, they will be muted. If time permits, the disruptive individual shall be allowed to speak after all other members of the public are provided an opportunity to comment. Any continued disruption may result in a member being prevented from speaking during the remainder of this meeting. Disruptive conduct includes, but is not limited to, shouting, interruption, and the use of profanity. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Councilman Rocky Hurley.
Present.
Councilman Seymour.
Present.
Councilman Duffy.
Here.
Councilman Grotzky.
Here.
Councilman Sanyusin.
Present.
Council President Grant. Council President Grant.
You're on mute. Here.
Mayor Petrino.
Here. Ladies and gentlemen, we did have a closed session prior to us opening, and a resolution 2021:156 was added at the end of the resolutions. It is a separation and retirement agreement. Under unfinished business, may I get a motion for the approval of the minutes from the May 10th, 2021 work session meeting?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We have a couple of ordinances. The first one, however, 2021:10. This is the ordinance that was codifying the commercial vehicles in all of our residential zones. This was sent to the planning board for comment. Unfortunately, we have not heard back from the planning board yet. So I'm going to ask for a motion to postpone the public hearing and the adoption and the introduction of this ordinance until our June 14th meeting.
So moved.
Make it a roll call, please.
I didn't hear the second on that.
Second.
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy,
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Mayor, I just wanted to just let you know, since we're having trouble streaming on the website right now, I have started the stream on YouTube for anybody that's interested on the mayor and council page.
Okay, excellent. Moving on, introduce ordinance 2021:11. And when the clerk has a moment, I would ask her to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Parking, thereby reestablishing subsection 7-3.8 entitled Parking Time Limited on Certain Streets.
Okay, this ordinance has to do with limited parking to 2 hours on the north side of Main Street between River Road and Summit Ave. This is the area of the little indentations of our streetscape right in front of the businesses. So at this time, I would ask for a motion to open up to the public for a public hearing on this ordinance.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone would like to comment on the 2-hour parking on Main Street, now would be your opportunity.
Mayor, I don't see any member of the public that wishes to comment on this ordinance.
Okay, may I get a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I get a motion to adopt this ordinance on its final reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy,
I just want to make a comment. I just think it's commendable that this body continues to try to balance the needs of the neighborhood with the needs of the businesses. And I have very high hopes that we can continue with this process. So I vote yes. Thank you.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen,
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Under new business, we have an appointment. Councilwoman Duffy, would you like to bring this forward?
Yes, Mayor, New Milford Junior Fire Department has a membership application for a Mr. Gatanis. Let's see, signed by our chief and chief of the department, as well as Robert O'Brien.
Excellent. May I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations. And thank you, Pericles Gatanis. Thank you for your service to the borough. And we're looking forward to working with you and staying safe. So thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 1 is Recreation Purchase Request Administrator.
Yes, I have put this on the agenda after a conversation with our rec director, John Heineman, who I've just added as a panelist to the meeting. It's something that he had suggested that he'd like to consider purchasing this year, and I just wanted him to run it past the mayor and council before giving the thumbs up.
Hello,
Welcome,
Mr. Heineman.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, John.
Good evening.
Evening.
It's good that you could hear me. I was a little confused in the beginning. I said, I can see all of you, but you're saying it's not streaming. So I just thought I was sitting here by myself. As Christine said, I did some research. Each year in July for the past 4 years, minus last year, we had movies. And the cost it was okay in the beginning, but it's starting to creep up. The rental of just the projector screen and speakers this year is somewhere in the area of $1,000 per event. So with 4 Wednesdays in July this year, that's $4,000. And I believe in 2019, we had actually 5 Wednesdays in July. It is a hefty purchase, anywhere between $17,000 and $20,000 for the system. But in 5 years, we would recoup it with not having the rental fees. It would also be available for other organizations in town to use, as it's pretty simple to set up. The whole system is contained and it's built for portability. It comes all encased. The speaker is inflatable with tie downs. The screen will be roughly the same size as the screen that we've been renting. The projector is probably the largest portion of the purchase and the hardest thing to decide on. And that's why there's a window between 17.5 and 20,000. I'm still doing the research on it. It'll also be good for town events. The rental of the movie or the licensing for the viewing is the cheapest part of it. Depending on how many you commit to in a year, they could be as low as $200 a showing. And if you wanted just one as an independent person, it's $400. So that's the cheap end of it. So we could actually open up and do more things, have holiday movie type things. It's probably big enough that or small enough that it would fit in a gym. You could have an indoor movie that way. Our 100th anniversary celebration, could use it for a slideshow in the field as another event was going on. I own a similar system that's kind of scaled down. I have a 16-foot screen and a projector, so I am familiar with setting the whole thing up. And then in future years, we might even have somebody who's a part-time rec person who, gets a set amount for putting it up, taking it down, and making sure it's watched while the movie's going on. But initially, it's something that I'll be involved in. I do have the funds in the budget because we are unable to do a summer rec this year with all the things going on in the schools and all the unknowns when the decision had to be made. So I do have the funds. It wouldn't affect any other programs in rec. If you guys have any questions, I'll attempt to answer them.
I
Hey,
thought
John, I don't see why everybody can't go to your house since you already have a system.
You can. You guys are all invited.
When John brought it to me, I thought it was a great idea. And since he does have the money in the budget, it seemed like it was something that was worth pursuing. But I just wanted to make sure that there were no questions, on behalf of the council.
Especially since in our past hours, the screening of the movies have been very successful. So I think it's a win-win.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even though I have the yes already, I forgot to add that there's an option that you could also do drive-in movies where there's an RF or an RH or something transmitter built into it so that it goes through car radios if we decided, or if it got bad again, we could do something like that with ease. And I know the system's good, it works. There's a Sea Caucus purchased one several years ago and they use it in that area. And something else I didn't mention, it's always good to have something that you could help a neighbor with in case you need something from a neighbor in the future. And, we could even possibly make it open to other towns, that are around us if they had an individual event and the mayor and council agreed that, it's definitely a resource that could be shared.
John,
Yes.
do these screens come in different sizes?
They do. So they come anywhere from, like I said, I have one 16 feet up to 42 feet, but you can imagine, it was baffling to me at how expensive the price got once you went over, the 24-foot screen.
So is that the one?
It goes up $40,000-$50,000. So.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, the 24-foot screen is the screen that we're speaking of?
Yeah, it's somewhere between 17.5 and 20,000, and there's a lot of technical stuff involved, and I'm sifting through that. There's a lot of manufacturers that make them, so I'm going to make my best educated, once I am educated, decision on what package to get. With the best product and the least cost in mind.
Thank you.
Randy, you had a question?
I did. Do you have proper storage area for it?
Yeah, we have the rec building, which is now down by Kennedy Field, and then we're actually building the rec storage facility next door. That project's going to start soon. It kind of lagged. You guys, you guys approved that. I guess it was almost 4 years ago, but due to everything that was going on and COVID and other issues, it's been kicked down the road, and we're getting ready to break ground with that. So I'll have that building to keep it in, but I have the old rec building to keep it in now. And then eventually, I was talking to Christine, when more money is available, I think it might be a good investment to buy a small trailer that just houses the movie, and then it could easily be moved by the DPW, secured on site, put away. Just so that we protect it and we have it as a resource as long as we can.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry, I have another question. This might be a silly question. Does it have to be in temperature control environment?
Not that I'm aware of, but the rec building is temperature controlled. So if it had to be, it could be in there.
Thank you.
Anything else for John? I think it's fantastic. I think it's something we're going to utilize more and more going forward, as we're trying to catch up on things and add it to events and just enhance the things that we're doing moving forward. So I think it's a great idea.
I
think
love
it'll
it.
be a huge hit in town.
Great.
As always, I want to thank everybody for your support. Rec is great, and it's because of you guys and your support.
Thank you for everything
Thank
that
you,
you
sir.
guys do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done.
I'm going to demote you back to the audience
That
now.
would be great. Thank you.
Oof.
Hi, John.
Good night, John.
Good night, John.
Or maybe not.
Trying.
You want to hang out with us, John?
If I have to, I will.
I don't know. This is very difficult. Usually it's very easy, and now not offering it for me.
I know your feelings about it.
What if he leaves the meeting and then joins back up?
I
He
can
won't be a
do that.
panelist.
I'm going to leave right now.
Okay.
Hi, John.
Okay. Item number 2 is proposed revisions to land use regulations administrator.
Yes. Sometime in May, it's the date of the memo from Paul Greigel is April 14th, but I forwarded it to the mayor and council after the 14th. This is proposed revisions to the land use regulations. It primarily, there was a red line version of it. Most of the proposed revisions have to do with the fees that they're charging. And then there was some minor language that was changed, to some pronouns throughout the ordinance. And since this was forwarded from the planning board, the zoning board had chimed in with a recommendation. There were two. They want to increase the fee for the tax map to $25, and they want to reword the one area for the applications to the Board of Adjustments. So Paul Greigel is working on those revisions, and I just wanted to make sure that there were no questions or comments from the council that need to go back to either planning or zoning, and whether or not I can prepare this for introduction.
Everyone
me
okay with
just-
those changes?
Yeah, let me just say that the fees had not been increased in quite a while, and we're not at all in tune with neighboring towns. And these better reflect current times.
I think the planning board has to approve what the zoning board has changed. And they're not meeting till next month now.
They're not meeting tomorrow?
No,
No,
Oh.
the meeting was canceled. I don't know that the planning board does have to approve what the zoning board does.
I think it's being incorporated into the one article. And everybody is using the same, the planning board is going to use the same fee schedule. So the planning board has to change their fee schedule to conform to the zoning schedule.
But the information that I received was that it was going to Paul Greigel and he was making the revisions.
He was making the revisions, but then those revisions would probably have to go to the planning board for final approval, knowing that the zoning board has made that change. That's my thinking.
Right.
May I ask, is it being incorporated into the fee ordinance or is it going to be incorporated into the land use ordinance?
It's in the
The
ordinance.
land use ordinance.
Then they would have a review under
Okay.
a referral.
But here's my question. Why does the planning board keep canceling their meetings? They canceled the one on the 18th and now they canceled the one on the 25th.
I don't know why the one was canceled for tomorrow night. Serena did not give a reason.
Well,
Because
That's
now
the
we're not going to be able to adopt the other ordinance.
no, I was just going to ask to change the postponement to
Well-
the R28th meeting.
You know, on a referral, just keep in mind that they have a specific amount of time to act, which I believe is 30 days, but I would need to double check that. I don't think it's 45. I believe it's 30. And if they either do not comment or if they came back negatively or positively, within 30 days, the council's free to take the action it deems appropriate. So you're not bound waiting for the planning board to meet, forever, as long as they've had the requisite time limit under the MLUL.
Can you confirm whether or not that's the 30 or the 45?
I believe it's the 30, but I'll confirm tomorrow and get it to you. I would recommend you postpone to the next meeting anyway, but just confirm the introduction date, or I'm sorry, the referral date pursuant to the MLUL, and we can go from there.
So should we postpone then till the 28th or
When did you make the referral?
I made the referral the day after our May 10th meeting? So May 11th.
May 11th, so to the 28th.
Well, to the 14th is still, we should have had the 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay. While we're going on, let me just see if I can look it up since I'm here online.
As far as this ordinance is concerned, then I'm going to do nothing until the planning board comments on the zoning board's
Dangerous.
requests. Is that correct?
Or after 30 days, I suppose
Yeah.
we are entitled to act as the mayor and council. is
But we
entitled-
haven't, no, but we haven't made a referral. That's-
Oh,
We make a referral. So, but I guess the more
Make-
important question is, does anybody have an objection if when and if the time comes that both the planning and the zoning board agree to proceed, can I prepare this ordinance for introduction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
I think
please.
so, yeah.
thank you.
Mayor Walt, do you want to go to the next item while
Sure.
Kevin's researching?
Next item is number 3 is collective bargaining committee. Mayor, we are coming up on our collective bargaining with our 3 unions. So I'm going to ask to form a committee. And I'm asking for the committee to be myself, the borough administrator, Council President Grant, and Councilman Grotzky. So I would like to get a motion to sign off on that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilwoman Grant was selected because she is the council president, and Councilman Grotzky I selected because he is the liaison to the DPW as well as the police department.
Okay, item 4. I did speak with, or did hear from Steve, and he has suggested that we postpone further on the adoption of the municipal budget.
So we are going to postpone that until the 14th.
We need a motion.
Right. May I get a motion to postpone the adoption of the municipal budget until the June 14th meeting?
Motion.
Second,
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy,
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sandhusen. Councilwoman Sandhusen. Oh, can't hear you. Are you on?
Where's my microphone?
There we go.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Yes, I apologize. Technical issues today with everyone.
Council President Grant.
yes.
Okay. Item number 5 is schedule updates. If anyone, I posted on the Office of the Mayor Facebook page earlier today. Our Memorial Day ceremony will be at the Borough Hall lawn on March 31st, on May 31st. On Memorial Day, it'll be at 10 a.m. At 9 a.m., we'll begin the fire department service. Ours will be at 10 a.m. All are welcome to attend. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony. The flags will be out. The lawn signs with the soldiers will be out. And it will be a rain or shine event. And we're hoping everyone comes and honors and remembers. And I want to thank the Public Events Committee for all that they do to put into this event. It's amazing the amount of work that they do with the amount of people that they have doing it. Item number 6 is the task force report. Administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. The COVID-19 task force met on Thursday, May 13th, with reports from the police department, fire department, OEM, ambulance corps, health department, administration, DPW, recreation, and the Board of Ed. The topics discussed included the vaccination site status, indoor, outdoor dining, and the spring and summer events. And our next meeting is scheduled for this Thursday, May 27th.
Item number
Mayor, if I
7
can just,
Yeah.
before we move on to the next topic, Christine, it would be 35 days.
35? Okay.
Odd number.
Yeah, that is,
It's between 30 and 45. I knew it was somewhere in there, so.
so it's actually one day after our next meeting would be 35 days. So
So it's,
we have to postpone it till the 28th.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask for a motion to postpone ordinance, introduction of ordinance 2021:10.
Not the introduction, the hearing.
Oh, the hearing and the adoption. The hearing and the adoption of that ordinance till our June 28th meeting.
I'll make a motion to extend it to the June 28th.
Second,
postpone it.
Postpone it.
second,
Roll call, please.
Councilman Siraki Hurley,
Yes.
Councilman Seymour,
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy. You're on mute, Randy.
Yes.
Councilman Grotzky,
Yes.
Councilman Sanderson,
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Now we're on administrator's report.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. The paving for the 2021 road program is set to begin. I think we're first on the list. I'm very excited. So it's set to begin within the next 2 weeks. The mobile DMV event has actually been scheduled for 2 dates, June 3rd and September 14th. It's going to be at the Borough Hall parking lot, and we are awaiting promotional materials for the website and social media. The primary election is scheduled for Tuesday, June 8th, and will be held in person at all the regular polling locations. Sample ballots will serve as a reminder to voters of their polling location. Vote by mail ballots are only going to be sent to those who have requested them. A reopening committee consisting of myself, Mayor Pacino, Council President Grant, and Councilman Siraki Hurley has been formed. We met last week to start the discussion on reopening of the Borough Hall, the library, the senior center, and the resumption of the senior van service. No dates have been finalized, but we are targeting a July 1st date for the library with limited hours and the Borough Hall. Tax collection will continue to be by Dropbox or online only. I would like to offer a summary of the engineer's report that was forwarded to the mayor and council last week. Knights Field, which the scope of the project includes the athletic field and recreation space, new access on John Chiquino Drive, drainage improvements to connect to the existing detention basin, sports lighting for a softball field, and site irrigation. The construction is underway with the mobilization and site clearing, and the sports lighting has been delivered, and the electrical contractor is working on the conduit. The anticipated completion date is August of 2021. The Madison Avenue Sidewalk project is curb and sidewalk along portions of east and west side of Madison Avenue. The project is currently in survey and ecological phase, and design will follow. And we're looking at a construction start date of spring 2022. We're working with the DEP to get the permits for that. The Kennedy basketball court resurfacing, which is the resurfacing of the Kennedy basketball courts with replacement of existing poles and hoops and installation of benches and tables. The construction of the pavement resurfacing, the hoop systems, benches, and striping have been completed. The center court logo is pending favorable weather, and the anticipated completion date is June. The Njdot culvert project is for the repair of various drainage pipe connections to the existing culvert and abutments at Floral Court and Boulevard, and to line the existing culvert pipe at Steuben Avenue. Also, we are working in the ecological and survey work, and that's expected to be completed in June. We're looking for construction start in November 2021, pending DEP approval, with a completion hopefully in January of 2022. The Sutton Place tennis courts resurfacing is for the resurfacing of the courts, crack sealing, and matching of the current colors. Anticipated start date is June 2021, and they have a site meeting planned with the contractor for tomorrow. The Njdot road project for the Boulevard is milling and paving on the Boulevard. Anticipated that we will be going out to bid in June of 2021. The design is complete and it's being reviewed by the DOT, and we're addressing some of the DOT comments. The Kennedy Field bench covers, where we're going to install roof structures over the existing team benches at 3 of the fields, 6 in total. We're anticipating going out to bid for that project in July of 2021. And the only other item that I have is that the ADA sidewalk improvements for Prospect Park. We are, the cost of the project is under the bid threshold, so we were actually getting quotes from contractors, and we're in the process of doing that. And we're also looking at the possibility of expanding the scope to include sidewalk from the other side, so it would be from the other side of the park. Because the price that we got from the first contractor was much lower than anticipated, so we think we might be able to expand the project, but it would entail approval from community development in order to do that. The only other items on my report is that I will be out of the office June 1st through June 4th. And our next meeting, as we've discussed on many times tonight, is June 14th, Flag Day.
I have a question. I'm not sure if you know the answer to this, Chris, but about the mail-in ballots. If last year everybody was sent a mail-in ballot, but before that, if you had requested a mail-in ballot, you automatically got sent one. So does that mean that people who hadn't done it before the last election and got it just that once will have to apply for it if they want it? They won't automatically get it. Is that?
Yes, I believe that's accurate.
All right, thank you. And do you happen to know the date by which an application has to be submitted? It seems to me it's already passed, but I'm not certain.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I can look that up tomorrow. Thank you.
I will say that my husband votes by mail forever and ever, and he did get one sent to him without a request. So
once you sign up, you will get it automatically, but the people who got it last for the general election, everybody got it for the general election.
right,
So
but that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
his request continued.
Right.
So
I did too, but I just wanted to make that clear for the public. In case
got
they-
it.
Thank you.
I think we have a lot of great projects going on.
We
From
certainly do.
engineering
What a
report.
busy, what a
A lot
busy
of
town.
improvements with our recreation fields,
Busy
basketball
June.
courts, culverts, infrastructure.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot. We're doing a
Really?
lot. Mhm. Okay. Resolutions. Are there any resolutions anyone has questions with, or we have to pull out for a separate vote? It's 147 through 156.
Did we do the motion to add 156?
I
thought
think we were
did.
waiting to go into, we did?
I
We're
don't.
gonna do it again.
I
If we didn't,
move-
we're gonna do it. We'll do it right now.
Okay.
Can I get a motion to add resolution 2021:156?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Everyone okay with the resolutions, 147 through 156? Okay. Can I get a motion to file committee reports with the Borough Clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Reports are filed. If there are any highlights or anything we need to know, we're going to start with Councilman Grotzky.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Council President Grant.
I do have something to report. All the sculptures that were supposed to be installed at the library have been installed. The library sculpture garden is now complete, and we will be taking photos and preparing a brochure, and we will have a dedication for it probably in September. But if you haven't been down there, I urge you to go. It's really fabulous. Thank you, Mayor.
Looks great. Thank you for the update. Councilwoman Duffy.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to us all for the wonderful sculpture garden. Beautification was over at the library yesterday, doing some maintenance on our perennial gardens in the front and back. And thank you to the DPW for taking such good care of the gardens as far as mulching and keeping the shrubbery at bay. But the sculpture just adds that other element to a lovely area that our residents can go to. So that's awesome. Also in my report, on the Board of Health, our clinics continue to happen. Congratulations again, and thank you to all their hard work regarding the vaccines. And also, just so you know how the Board of Health works, they invited in a business owner to discuss some of the habitual violations to the inspection. So it speaks to our communication with the businesses. It speaks to our really wonderful job of our inspectors on the ground. So it's your health department in action, so to speak. That's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Seymour.
Thank you, Mayor. A few things to report. The New Milford Municipal Alliance and the Stigma-Free Committee did an absolutely fantastic job this past Sunday of presenting yet another wellness event for mental health, Mental Health Awareness Month. Was a great event. I have to give particular thanks to Morgan Kennedy, who told a very compelling story and did a great job once again organizing yoga. Bergen County Commissioner Tracy Zur came from District 38. Assemblywoman Lisa Swain and Chris Tully came and showed their support. It was a great event. I think everybody had a great time, and more importantly, it was very, very meaningful. And thanks to the DPW for their help and their hard work as well, and getting the equipment that we needed to make it as successful as it was. The Board of Education met and announced that our schools will be back full-time as of September 1st, which I know everybody has been looking forward to and appreciates greatly. The Board of Ed did receive the retirement letter from Superintendent Michael Polizzi, which is going to be, his retirement will be effective August 31st of this year. In other changes in our schools, the current vice principal for Berkeley and Gibbs, Jessica Torre, will be taking over as principal at the Gibbs School when that time comes, when Mr. Davies retires. In addition to that, Councilwoman Siraki Hurley and I have been working very closely with Bergen County Commissioner Tracy Zur on her hunger action drive for this year. For those of you who are out in the public watching who are not aware, September is Hunger Action Month, and Commissioner Zur is spearheading a program to collect food for the hungry this year. And more specifically, Councilwoman Siraki Hurley and I are reaching out to all of our schools, starting in New Milford, throughout the county, to help spearhead a domino program, which involves collecting low sugar, healthy choice cereal boxes, and then the schools have the kids line them up in the hallways as a competition to encourage the children to collect the cereal boxes. So we're very much looking forward to this project with Commissioner Zur. We've also, even though it's early, Councilwoman Lisa Sanhusen and I have been working with Commissioner Zur to start to brainstorm this year's domestic violence event and symposium in October for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The three of us had an initial telephone call with Allison Stainsby in the New York Football Giants front office. They've expressed a preliminary interest, and they're running a conflict check now to see what they can or can't do, and we're going to follow up with them in a week or two. And I'd also like to thank the New Milford Police Department, and in particular the younger, newer officers, including Kyle Hill, for being as involved as they are in our community and being as visible as they are. It goes a long way towards community policing, and we appreciate it greatly. I'd also like to thank the New Milford Recreation Department for their hard work in putting out a tremendous season so far this year for the kids. For anyone who has gone around town, you can't help but notice all the smiles on all the kids' faces. This is great. It's fantastic just to see so many children having a great, great, great time, and certainly well-deserved for those kids. And yep, that's my report for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And yes, we all concur. Recreation is doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Councilwoman Sanhusen.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to commend the New Milford Municipal Alliance. That was a beautiful day on Sunday and a very nicely attended event. So the what I have, my highlights are the green team, the technical assistant program that we were awarded has completed. We are still waiting for our PSE&G energy reports for the 13 months. So Sustainable Jersey has assured us that they will still be available for consultation to help us get all of that data input into the energy tracking system. So the green team has created a subcommittee that will be doing all that data entry, and we will be, the benefit to the municipality is that we will be able to see how efficient, create a baseline of efficiency and information on municipal buildings. And then the Sustainable Jersey certification application deadline is fast approaching. The team has been working really diligently. There's a lot of pieces to put together and to follow. And the status is that we need 150 points to apply. We need 2 priority actions. And right now we're at 60 points and we are still following up on the priority actions. So there is a possibility to consider an extension on that. So that is it's just time consuming and a lot of information. And I want to give thanks and appreciation to all the departments in the borough for answering and replying to the documentation, to members of the mayor and council and administration for support in answering all of the questions. And I want to give a little shout out to the Historic Commission for setting the historic record of returning information the fastest within a matter of hours. So I just thought that was just kind of a little fun thing. So every department's been participating. It's not the green team. Sustainable Jersey Action doesn't only focus on environmental sustainability. It actually is about equity, people, places. So it's very all-encompassing. And if anyone has any questions there, the green team is meets on the second Tuesday of the month, and people are welcome to come in and find more out about it. Thank you very much. That's my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Siraki Hurley.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. As the mayor said about our Memorial Day service, just as a little reminder, we're going to have posters of the veterans that have passed during the wars that have lived in New Milford. And this way you'll be able to put a face to some of the street names that we have throughout New Milford. That's one thing. The second is with our historic, the cemetery, our Huguenot, our French cemetery, will be open at 7 p.m. on May 28th. That's Friday, this Friday coming up. We open it up once a year for residents, anyone who wants to take a look and get a little history of the oldest cemetery in the county, and probably one of the oldest in the state. It's quite interesting. We also have our oral history that we're still doing. And on June 5th at the gazebo over by Hardcastle Pond at 10 a.m., we're just going to, if you'd like to speak, or you don't have to speak in front of everyone, it's just a conversation. If you know any history, you've been here long enough to just talk and discuss some things that have occurred throughout New Milford over the decades.
It's June 8th?
I'm sorry?
You say June 8th?
No, June 5th, Saturday.
Okay.
Did I say June 5th?
Okay. No, I just, yeah.
June 5th, 10 a.m. Also, our senior center, Lynn Sullivan, has been keeping our seniors moving, heart pumping, even though they can't meet at their senior center to play the game. She's making sure that they're staying healthy by having some exercise through Zoom or on our Kennedy Field. Okay, what else? I think that might be it. One other little thing. Stigma-free. We need members. I think it's an important committee to have. It's in regards to mental health, and we need members to help us. And I'm putting out a shout out. I need some volunteers for this committee. We're very.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I'm actually going to be posting something on Facebook in the upcoming days just to get the word out and try to, get some volunteers.
I mean, we meet once a month. And somewhere through the year, we might have an event or two, such as the one that the Municipal Alliance just had this past weekend. That's it. But in order to do this, it's important, especially now. So I'm really asking our residents, you have always stepped up. You've always been fabulous. Please come and help us. Please, you can
Absolutely.
get in touch with me. You can call me. My phone number, an email. It's all on the website, on the Borough website. So I'm out there asking you guys, come on. We need this. What else? I think that's it. Again, I just like to thank Alyssa Lunam, who's the chair, and Mel Herrera, who's the co-chair. I said his last name wrong, didn't I? I'm sorry. Who did a great job, and all the members of the Municipal Alliance. It was a fabulous day this past weekend at Sunday. It was very nice, very enjoyable, and the weather was in our favor, and it was a good turnout. Keep an eye out for them for next year too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, something like stigma-free, you don't realize how you could really impact someone's life by being a part of that. So people should consider that. Update that I have an update from OEM. We will be having our vaccine center this Wednesday, and from 3 to 6 p.m., we are accepting walk-ins. You do not have to be pre-registered. You can walk in and receive a vaccination. We have Moderna and J&J. So you'll have a choice. So that is from 3 to 6 at the New Milford Senior Center on Wednesday.
Great.
And if everyone has been following, you've been seeing that our numbers in New Milford have been trending down, so they are going in the correct direction. We are hoping that we keep that up. I know the governor has been making announcements pretty much every day about different rules and regulations and lifting of restrictions and when they're coming. And we are all encouraged by that. And New Milford, we continue to work to open everything as safe and as fast as possible, in current guidelines. So this is something we are excited about. We've been talking about the library, the Borough Hall, senior transport. We have met with the senior center. Senior center will take a little bit longer just because of the situation of the senior center, and it is currently our vaccination site, but that is on the list as well. So we are moving forward and trying to get back to as close to normal as possible. Is there anything else before I ask for a motion to open to the public? Okay, may I get a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
May I add something? When the
No, we're in the
li-
middle of a motion. I'm just kidding, go ahead.
I do want to add something. When you're talking about opening buildings and things up, that when the library does reopen, and we are hoping that that will happen on July 1st, it will not be exactly the way it used to be. There will be some restrictions. So you will be able to go into the library. You will be probably be required to wear a mask. And you will only be allowed a certain amount of time in the library. You won't be able to, loll around and visit and socialize and read the newspaper for a couple of hours. There will be some restrictions, but at least it will be open. You will be able to get into the stacks and roam around and take out books. So it will feel good.
Yes, we will transition on
Yeah.
everything to get to as close to normal as possible.
And curbside pickup will still be available. Pop-up books will still be available. So yeah.
What is the date of the reopening?
We're targeting July 1st.
July 1st.
All right, so there's a motion on the floor to open to the public. I need a second.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the public. Now is your opportunity to ask any question related to the Borough of New Milford. Questions, comments. All we ask is for your name and your address, and you get 5 minutes.
Mayor, there's 2 people in attendance from the public, and neither has indicated that they wish to speak.
Playing chicken with Randy right now.
Motion to close to the public.
Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's a little joke because we usually end up saying it at the same time and no
I
one
know.
hears each other and we're talking over each other, so
Sorry.
no problem. Okay, can I get a motion to approve resolutions 2021:147 through 2021:156?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any other business before this council? If not, thank you very much for all who attended. Enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. As I mentioned, our ceremony will be at 10 o'clock, rain or shine. And, you know, take some time out of that weekend to really think about what Memorial Day means. Thank you and continue to be safe, and we
Motion
look
to,
forward to more things opening.
motion to adjourn.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Can I
Second.
get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Good night,
opposed?
everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
Stay safe.